Hello students, welcome to English class. Today I am here with one of the chapter from your Honeydew textbook. The name of the chapter is The Great Stone Face 2. It is written by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Let's proceed towards our chapter. As we have already read in the previous chapter, which is its part 1, that the story is about Ernest and a mountain that appears to have a face naturally carved on it. Let's quickly revise the summary of part 1. The mother and her son Ernest was sitting at the door of their cottage. They were talking about the great stone face. The mother reminded Ernest about the prophecy. The mother told him that a child would be born there. He would become the greatest and noblest person of his time. In manhood, his face would bear true likeness to the great stone face. One day, Gathergold, a native of this valley, decided to return to his native valley. There was a rumor that Gathergold looked like the great stone face. But Ernest gazed up the valley. The stone face seemed to reject Gathergold as its likeness. Ernest had grown to be a young man. By this time, Gathergold had become poor and died without establishing his likeness with the stone face. Then another son of the valley had joined the army as a soldier many years before. He had become a general by then and came to known as Blood and Thunder on the battlefield. In his old age, he desired to return to his valley. The people consider him as the likeness of the great stone face. The gathering mistook him as the greatest man of all time. But Ernest's heart assured him that the real copy had still not come. Now let's see what happened in part 2. Let's begin with the summary of that chapter. Ernest was an old man now. He had become famous for his wisdom. People came to meet him and talk to him. One day, a young poet who had moved away from the valley returned home. The poet had written poems about the great stone face. Ernest thought he bore a strong likeness to the great stone face. Ernest asked the great stone face if the poet was worthy of bearing its likeness. But the face did not reply. When Ernest mentioned that he had hoped the poet would be the likeness of the great stone face, the poet declared that he was unworthy of the honor. Later that evening, Ernest and the poet went to a meeting to speak to some people. The poet was struck by how wise, gentle, and kind Ernest was. He declared Ernest to be the likeness of the great stone face. The people attending the meeting also saw the resemblance and declared that the prophecy had come true. But Ernest himself still hoped that someone wiser and better would appear who bore a resemblance to the great stone face. That's all about this chapter. If you have any query related to this, feel free to ask. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.